So
Okay.
how about this is a seller that you've already met in person,
Okay.
and you've already kind of gone through your pitch, you've done all that. You're trying to get them to reconnect with you and to possibly do like a follow-up meeting, but
Okay.
they're not really like reaching back out. They've been hesitant, kind of avoidant and such.
And
Let's
so as the agent, you're not sure why they are not.
Yeah, the agent is, so you finally got them on the phone, and now you're trying to kind of reconnect with them and trying to re-engage them and trying to basically set up a follow-up with them to try to win the business.
Okay.
Does that
Okay,
sound
cool.
good?
Perfect.
I feel like
So
we all deal with that.
yeah, totally, totally. So did I met them in person or I just spoke to them on the phone?
Let's say you spoke to them on the phone and you sent them digitally the pitch materials,
Okay.
but they've kind of disappeared a little bit on you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Doesn't sound okay. So we'll say
Uh,
that we're doing this
it's
meeting
a
over.
phone call.
It's a phone call. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Ring ring.
Hey, Amit. How are you?
Good, good. I guess you saved my name in your phone and you knew it was me, huh? How are you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah, I do have you in there. I'm doing fine. How's everything on your end?
Good, good. Last time we spoke, this has nothing to do with the real estate, but you told me, I always ask, I'm such a foodie, I always ask people what type of food they like. And you told me that you like this Italian place, down the road. And I drove by it today and I thought about you. So I just wanted to reconnect with you. How's it going?
Yeah, everything's pretty good. Just dealing with, uh, all the rapid changes, reopening and such, and just trying to take care of the family and keeping up with work and everything. So everything's fine. How about you?
Good, good. It's the same. It's funny. It's like we're living the same lives, but in separate families. But yeah, it's good. There are a few things that I'm dealing with a lot. Customers. Some people want to sell, some people don't want to sell. Some people's motivation has changed, and I'm dealing with that and trying to answer as many questions as possible. Have you and the family, been discussing that at all?
Yeah, so we thanks for sending the materials, by the way. And yeah, we've been kind of mulling it over, and we've met with a few of, I guess, two other agencies as well, and we're just like considering our options right now on that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Are you deciding on whether you should sell or not, or just who to pick?
Um yeah, so it's kind of a combination of both. So we feel like we're about 90% there in terms of our confirmation on selling, but and then on top of that we're still trying to figure out who's the best option, assuming we're moving forward to actually sell the property for us. So it's a bit of both, but I would say we're about 90% there in terms of deciding to move forward to sell.
Yeah, totally. I get it. And that's how a lot of people are feeling this time. And so I think you should be 100% sure on what to do, because the last thing any agent would want, especially like a reputable agent, would want to get your home sold and then for you to be not happy about it. So what are those 10%? If you don't mind me asking, and if it's too personal, I get it, but what is that 10% that's holding you back? Maybe I can give you some more information to help you make a better decision.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I mean, that 10%, I think it's just like more like jitters and anxiety, and it's more like based on the fact that we're not real estate professionals, so we don't fully understand the market. So it's more, and that 10% is likely more representative of, is it the right time now versus later. So maybe you have some input on that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we could dive into it if you don't mind. Have you sold before?
Yes, we have. Yeah.
Did you have jitters when you sold last time?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's something very common. And you know what? Honestly, even though this is so embarrassing for me to admit, but even though I've been doing this 16 years, whenever I sell, I get jitters too. It's just common, anytime there's uncertainty, it's very scary. Um, I think it boils down to, as far as if it's the right time to sell, what's the reason you want to sell?
Yeah, so I think it's just, we've had our home for now like 15 years. And I think, naturally, like everything has its natural cycle. And I think, our kids are now, it's myself, my wife, and we have two kids, and our kids are now like essentially grown and pretty much they're ready to kind of move on, out of the nest and start living their own lives. So one's going away to college, and then the other already has, pretty much their own place. So I think it's just like it's like a natural feel that we don't need all this space anymore. And the space it's just going to feel different without the kids there. So I think it would be a nice new chapter for my wife and me to have something new and exciting, potentially.
Right. So is everyone on board in the family as far as moving?
Yeah, so the kids are kind of, like I said, not quite as, they don't have as much input because they're not really affected. And then my wife is open to it. I think she, again, it just boils down more to like timing, if this is the right time for us to kind of get the most return, on the property.
Right. So if I'm hearing you correctly, the most important thing for you is to net the most money when you buy and sell something. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yeah. We just, that's the thing that we're most nervous about with coming out of COVID now. It's just a little nerve wracking, whether or not there's going to be enough traffic to the listing, and because of that, if that's going to impact the price negatively. So that's really our main concern.
Totally. Yeah, I get it. So the property that you're going to be purchasing, is that going to be more expensive or less expensive than what you're selling it your
Yeah,
home for?
I think it will be less expensive. Um,
Okay.
and we have a single family home. It's very spacious right now. We have, 4 bedrooms. We're probably downsized to, I would say, a 2 or maybe a 2.5 bedroom, just so we have, if one of the kids wants to come and stay, or if we have a family member, we'll have a space for them to stay. But we certainly don't need 4 bedrooms any longer and that much space. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like too much space and more maintenance and just more expenses.
It's single family versus condo, and we were thinking with a condo that maybe also the maintenance for the exterior would be handled by the condo development. So
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but does it make sense to you that more people would be doing the opposite of what you're doing
I mean, yeah,
because they want more room because of COVID?
yeah, I heard. I mean, tell me what you know about this, but I've heard, yeah, a lot of people are kind of moving out of like city centers and they're moving into the suburbs and they're looking for more space, more fresh air, basically. So
Totally. So if you're looking at just opportunities, would it make more sense? Like, so do you think if there's more people looking for your type of home and there are less people looking at the home that you're looking to buy, do you think there would be an opportunity there?
yeah, I would assume so. But and then certainly like that could work to our advantage if that's the case.
Totally. And a lot of times in real estate, what sounds like what should make sense doesn't always make sense. So what I would recommend, if it's okay with you, because regardless of which agent you choose to select to sell your home or buy your home, it's okay with me. You guys seem like a great family, and I know this is going to have such a big impact on your life. So what I'd like to do, if it's okay, is let's dive deep into the homes that you're looking to buy. Let's find out the discounts that you can get, and let's do the same on your home, and then figure out if it really does make sense instead of guessing.
Yeah,
It'll probably take about an hour, and I think it's best if your wife is, if she's interested in this, we could do a Zoom call with all three of us. How does that sound?
that sounds great because I feel like if it's laid out in that way, it gives especially my wife like more of a roadmap to kind of see the big picture with looking at the little picture simultaneously. Shows us the path to get from A to Z. So yeah, I think that would be effective.
Okay, great. So we'll set up a call. We'll figure out a time that works for everyone, and I'll I'm gonna pretend you guys are my sister and her husband trying to buy a house, and I'm gonna explain everything. Take time, and if I go too fast or too slow, let me know. I want to make sure that you guys are totally happy, and because like I said, I've been doing this 16 years, and I get jittery when I'm selling. So I just feel it every time I have a buyer and seller. So we'll do that. Okay.
That sounds good, Amit. I appreciate it. Appreciate the call.
Okay, great. So that's the
Yeah.
call.